What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zoe, Nowadays Off DFS, here to bring you guys my winning strategy for playing on DraftKings and FanDuel for building NBA parlays. Now, when you guys think of parlays, I know a lot of people think of those big, crazy lines that win you thousands, 100,000, 200,000 type lines, things like that. I'm actually going to shift the focus from building these crazy lottos and actually going more into a bankroll building process, especially when you're playing on sites like DraftKings, like FanDuel, to actually give you a longevity to your bankroll, especially those of us that have a small bankroll and don't have the $500,000 and stuff like that to just pour into these accounts and just throw money at the wall in order to try to hit big tickets. For me, this has been a process that I have worked on over the last several weeks, especially towards the end of November, beginning of December, and I've seen it actually pay off over the long haul, and I'm definitely planning on sticking to it, especially when it comes to playing NFL. Hopefully I can get into it a little bit with hockey, going into it for the next NBA season and for the WNBA season, things like that. I'm hoping that you guys actually get some value and stuff like that from this as well. And if you guys have any critiques or anything like that, want to talk to me down in the comment section, have any questions about it, just let me know. I'm going to go over a couple of the sites that I use, my betting range and stuff that I'm going to actually focus on, line total, spreads, things like that, everything that I look at in the sites and whatnot, for you to go ahead and be able to implement this and use this yourself. With that being said, if you guys are new here, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss any of the content I do drop over here on the channel, and drop a like on this video if this video or any of my other videos help you guys win some money. Now, I do post these lines up onto the Patreon, so you guys are definitely seeing these lines. And like I said, this process right here, like this play I had posted the other day, that right there was built off of doing this exact same process. Same thing for the plays and stuff that I had posted besides the lottos up on the Patreon yesterday. Like I said, in my DFS breakdown, we had a couple of injuries that literally ruined a couple of these parlays, and that's the thing that sucks. Even whenever you make an alt line parlay, injuries and stuff can mess up your parlay. Straight up, a player plays 1 to 2 minutes in that game, you're screwed if they roll their ankle or something like that. So that's something that we do have to take whenever it comes to betting, but this is giving me some safety in regards to it, taking these alt lines and things like that, and what I'm looking for and what I'm looking to, besides just trying to take that big home run. Now, don't get me wrong, I still do play lottos, but I'm not playing as much. That's why you have to understand your bankroll, your unit size, and everything in regards to doing this right here when it comes down to betting. If you don't have a true understanding of that, and you're just actually just throwing money to the wall and just like, I'm gonna hit rich quick and get rich quick or whatever, I'm not gonna lie, it's going to be very, very hard. I've been doing this for several years, and I'm telling you, I've hit a couple of jackpots, maybe I think 3 times in my 6 or 7 year span of betting. It is very, very hard. And that was on the DFS side of things. So definitely check this video out. I'm going to go over a couple of things. So first thing first, what I do whenever it comes down to the NBA slate, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull up DraftKings or FanDuel, either one of these sites, but I'm going to focus on DraftKings because they actually have their alt lines up and out for the day. And I'm going to go through, I'm going to look at the games. I'm looking for games that have a high total. Pretty much that's going to be games that are typically over 225 and have a close spread. So those are going to be games for me personally that are sitting below the 8 point spread line right there, because typically anything that's like 8 and closer, those games tend to have a tendency to blow out or be one-sided. So I really want to focus on these games that can actually stay close. Anything that is 5 and below, definitely going to want to pay attention to. That's what I said, at 5.5, that's definitely okay, especially as long as it has a high total. Those are going to be the games that we're going to want to write down and pay attention to for later on inside of this. So Thunder versus Pacers is going to be a game. Charlotte Hornets versus Wizards. Just go through, look at the rest of the games. Of course, it's high total in the 224 for the Bulls taking on the Hawks. They have some injury news and stuff we got to pay attention to in this one. I'm definitely going to want to pay attention to that one right there. The Raptors and Grizzlies, 240 total, but the spread is way too high for me. I'm not going to focus. I'm not going to pay attention to that one right there. Same thing, Pelicans taking on the Rockets. Not going to look at that one, but 228 for the Pistons and the Kings, 6-point spread. I'll play that one. And 227 for the Jazz taking on Portland Trail Blazers and a 1.5 point spread. Really going to want to pay attention to that one right there. So now that I have all my games written down and what I'm going to look at, I'm going to go ahead and go over to looking at the injury report. Same thing, just like what I do for the DFS breakdown. I go through each game and I look at what injuries could possibly be implicating and messing with a possible play that I could look to as I'm going there. Who can benefit from that stuff? Prime example, in this first game, OKC taking on the Indiana Pacers. Miles Turner, game time decision. I'm going to want to look and see what is his injury. Is he sick? Did he roll an ankle, hamstring, back? Anything that could possibly either A, have him limited in minutes, B, possibly miss this game and give a boost to someone else. Those are going to be the things that you're going to want to pay attention to. So if Miles Turner was to miss, that was definitely going to boost some things like maybe Pascal Siakam for his rebounds, Ben Mathick rebounds, Halliburton rebounds, some scoring definitely could take place for Siakam, Halliburton, Mathick. All those things, depending on the usage and everything for that player and what they actually do for the team, is going to give a boost to other players if they were to miss. And that's stuff that I'm going to want to pay attention to. Another example would be coming down here to the Charlotte Hornets. Brandon Miller, he's missed a couple of games, but possibly to be back tonight. Am I going to want to play props for Brandon Miller? Is it going to be on a minutes limit? What was his injury? Why was he out for so long? Same thing on the other side for the Washington Wizards. But wow, Koulibaly, he's missed his last game. I want to say it was either his ankle or something like that, or he was sick. Is he going to be back? Is it going to be full minutes? Is he full go? Is he going to be rusty? All those things like that are stuff that you want to pay attention to before just blindly just going in and playing plays, things like that. This, unfortunately, is a slate that has a lot of injury news that we do have to pay attention to avoid some landmines as we're going ahead and we're building our parlays, building our slates, props, whatever it is that you go ahead and pay attention to for the day. All those things are something that you're going to want to look to. So now that I have my games, now I know what I'm going to be focusing on for the day. I'm going to go over to a site. You don't have to use this. You definitely use the DVP site just to find the best matchup and things like that for points, rebounds, assists, fantasy points, all those things like that for your prop betting sites. But everything for me is in one spot, and that's why I go ahead and I use prop Outlier. You can use other sites like prop.cash. They do it all in regards to giving you the last 5, last 10, last 20 hit rates, the Vegas odds in regards to it, DVP matchup, and a whole bunch of cool little filters and stuff like that. Not only for NBA, NFL, XYZ, also gives you insights. That's one of the really cool things that I do like about Outlier is you can go over here, you can go to the insights tab, you can go for the insights for players, and you can see that Kamara, he's failed to exceed 7.5 rebounds and assists in 10 out of his last 12 games versus top 10 defense for rebounds allowed. So might be something, a nugget. Maybe you're looking at taking Kamara for the under on his rebounds or his rebounds assists already for the day. This little nugget also goes ahead and confirms that for you, like, hey, this might actually be a good play. Let me dig a little bit deeper into that right there. But I'm going to focus over here on the props tab. That's where we're going to be living at. And I'm going to apply a couple of filters. Now, these are the filters and stuff that I use myself. Again, this is the process that I have found that has been very fruitful for me in regards to just going ahead and doing this. I've fine-tuned the process, and I just feel like it does very well. So you can't see it on my screen right now, but down in the left-hand corner, there's a little tab that you can go ahead and you can click what sports books you want to actually focus on as you're going through and you're doing this right here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get rid of all the DFS and FanDuel sites, and I'm only going to be focusing on DraftKings just because that's the only site currently right now that has the alt lines up. So that's going to be my first filter that I'm going to put whenever I get over here. Next thing, I'm going to go over to the proposition. I'm going to only be focusing on the assist, the points, and the rebound. So I'm going to just go through, go ahead and add those things and hit apply. Already, we have 443 props. I want to limit this down. I'm not going to spend all day going through all these props. Next, I'm going to go ahead and click the over. That's the main thing that I want to focus on. I don't know about anyone else, but I like to root for an over, not an under. If I'm going to be looking for unders, you're going to do the exact opposite in everything that I'm saying in regards to trying to find your games that you're going to want to target. You're going to want to target those blowout games. You're going to want to target the games that have the huge spread that are expected to be one-sided. Those are going to be the games you're going to look for your unders. Now, looking at unders, I have found that looking at the PRA is the best one to use when you are trying to take an under for certain players. Sorry, guys, because whenever it comes down to it, when you're looking at the unders, say you have Scoot Henderson for 25.5 PRA. Tough match for Scoot going up against the Utah Jazz. Maybe he's possibly has a chance to go under that line. Maybe he's not going to go out there and get you 6 assists and 4 rebounds and go out there and score 18 points. Maybe he goes out there and he gets 18 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Now you just guaranteed yourself that you got the under on that PRA. That's why I will focus on stuff like that instead of trying to take unders on the points, rebounds, and assists. Sometimes you can find some good wiggle room in regards to that, but I'm going to mainly focus on PRA whenever I am just taking unders. So quick sidebar for that. Now, focusing back on this, I got my propositions, the props I'm going to focus on. I got my over. That's going to be the main thing. Now it's going to come the odds range that I actually like to use whenever it comes down to trying to find my props. This is right here to me what I feel is key. I have found the sweet spot for myself. Now, someone else doing this, you might find a different sweet spot that you like. You might tailor this to trying to build different lines, but I'm going to focus on the minus 450. Yes, minus 450. I know. Whoa, we're going way too high. For what a lot of people has been taught is you're not making any bang for your buck. It's horrible. It's not. Trust me. Like I've said, I have built countless builders and it has worked for me. I have literally started from 25 bucks and got myself up to over 200, almost $300 already over on DraftKings, just doing this exact same process right here. So minus 450, and I'm going to focus on the minus 320 range. That's going to be the range I'm going to go to. Now, when I first do that, there's no props. What are you talking about? You can't bet on anything. No. You got to go up here and click show the alt lines. I have 95 out of 7,946 props up here. As you can see, I've already found my props, most of my props that I'm going to be focused on for today. The next thing I'm going to do, and this is another reason why I like this site, and you don't have to use the site again. You can focus on other sites that you can use this for. But I'm going to go over here to this implied probability tab. I'm going to click for it to short. I'm going to get it descending. This is going to give me the highest implied probability, which is just converting that Vegas score, that Vegas odds minus 450 into what is the possible odds of this event actually happening. This to me has been the key to figuring out and finding the best props that have a very good chance of hitting. Now, this next process that I do, this is personally just something I do for myself, and what I don't know, I guess I tricked my brain into just believing that I have better odds, but it's worked for me. And that's after I got the implied probability sorted. And I found the sweet spot being between this this low 80% and minus 320. That's going to take you over to 76% hit rate if you stay within that range. That's been the sweet spot for myself. That's what I focus on. That's what I stick with. If anyone else you want to try this, you can do it. Yes, you could take 90% hit rate, stuff like that, but you're going to be looking at those minus 700, minus 800 odds. It's going to take a lot more of those odds in order to hit. I've found that I can play 3 to 4 props and literally get a plus money, which is all I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to hit plus so I can double up, sometimes double in a little bit more in regards to what it is that I'm playing for the day for these props. So this next part that I do, now that I got all of my props, things like that, I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go to the games. And first game that I did want to focus on was going to be the Thunder versus the Pacers. Now I'm looking at 11 out of the 7,000 props. Getting easier, narrowing down my player pool. As you can see, I've already gone through, like I said, I've already found my plays and stuff for this. Next thing for me, I'm going to go through and I'm going to look at the last 5, 10, 20 head-to-head in 2024 hit rate. If any of these are below, personally for me, 60%, I do not look at the prop. I don't even care. Now, this opponent ranked DVP, you're going to want to click because, of course, each player, depending on the position, each team gives up something different for those players. So I don't necessarily pay attention to the opponent ranking. I have to go in for each one of these, unfortunately, over here on the site. Like Shea, right now it says overall for assists going up against the Indiana Pacers, their 13th rank in assists, giving up 25.9 assists a game. But what do they give up to the opposing point guards? They're ranked 24th, giving up 9.5 assists. This should be a good spot for Shea. Now, Shea, he checks all the boxes for me in regards to 60, 80, 90, 100. There's no red. There's nothing below 50% for me. I can go ahead and I can actually dig deeper into this play for myself. Yes, I can come in here and play Halliburton. No, I'm not ignoring him just because this third right there for the DVP versus OKC. It's when I come in here and I click on point guards versus Oklahoma. They're ranked 6, only giving up 7.9. His line is sitting at 6.5. You can dig a little bit deeper. You can possibly validate that this is actually a good play. But when I dug a little bit deeper, looking at some other things, the last 5 point guards going up against the Thunder, only 2 out of the last 5 point guards actually went over that line. Yes, his potential assists have been pretty high over the last several games. That's the one that you can take a chance on. Vegas has an 82% chance to possibly hit, but I'm not going to focus on it. It goes against my rules that I've set for myself in this process. So going a little bit deeper, looking at Shea, looking at it, like I said, point guards versus the Indiana Pacers, 24th rank, 9.5 is going to be how many assists are given up. Coming down here, looking at his games, he's only missed it going up against Washington, where he only had 9 potential assists in that game, and versus Milwaukee Bucks, going up in that cup game, didn't have, literally Thunder played a horrible game. There was a ton of assists in that, but nobody converted, and he's looked pretty good. Over his last 5 games, his potential assist average is sitting at 12.8. I like that. That's something that I pay attention to, especially for rebounds and assists whenever it comes to making those lines. Is it double what it is that I'm looking for in regards to hitting the prop line? So for me, is he at least averaging 8 potential assists over his last 5 games? Yes, he's averaging 12.8 potential assists over his last 5 games. So I'm going to want to look a little bit further. Everything checks out for me in regards to what I'm looking at. The DVP matchup, his head-to-head, last 10, last 20, all these things right here, his potential assist numbers. Last check in the box for me is going to be using another site that I use. Now, you don't have to use this one as well, but I use Line Star for their projections that they actually give over here. You can use sites like Number Fire. They have free projections that you can use to go ahead and do this exact same process. But I already paid for Line Star to get my my DVP metrics and stuff like that for my DVP videos and stuff that I give you guys for the DFS breakdowns. So I might as well use them for the props. Their prop AI is pretty decent, not bad at all in regards to trying to find plays. So I'll come over here. I'll type in Shea. I got my everything tabbed over here for points, rebounds, and assists. I'm going to come down here, Shea. Using this consensus diff, this is taking all of the books that they have over here on Line Star and giving the average of what Vegas is saying that his assist line, what his potential for his assists should be for the day. They have him projected for possibly 5 assists today. That is, for me, another metric that I use. 0.5 more than the assist line that he is. So he's sitting at 3.5. That's 1.5 assists more than what it is over here. That's going to be a play that I'm going to go ahead and highlight and look to. Now I'm going to only go over one more play just because I see that it has a red right here. That's the head-to-head for Isaiah Hartenstein. Now the thing is for me with this one right here is that right there I have to do a little bit more digging into, simply because Isaiah Hartenstein, 9.5 rebounds, 33% hit rate head to head. Wait, he was on the Knicks last year. He didn't get as many minutes last year playing versus the Knicks, things like that. But for the Thunder, he's averaging a double-double. He's killing it. His rebound chances through the roof. He's averaging 22.1 rebound chance over his last 10 games. Last 5 games, he's averaging 25. He's hit this in 4 out of his last 5 games. Centers versus the Pacers, they're ranked 22nd, giving up roughly 13 rebounds a game. All these things grade out and check out. And then when I go over to my line star, I type in Isaiah Hartenstein. The assist number looks very good for him. And so I'll go ahead and I'll add that to my pool in regards to what it is I'm going to go ahead and take. Now, once I go through all the games that I'm going to actually focus on for the day, I'm going to go ahead and get them all highlighted real quick. Boom. So now I'm only going to see the plays that I'm going to be focused on. Again, ranked from the highest implied probability down to the lowest. I'm going to go through and I'm going to see, okay, again, just going by the implied probability. Anthony Simons, 3.5 assists, like that. Kobe White, whether or not if Josh Giddey plays or he's out, Kobe still very good hit rate in regards to going over this 2.5 assists. Going up against the Atlanta Hawks, I'm going to take that. Keontae George, 3.5 assists, pretty much more of a playmaker in this offense for him. 82% hit rate for this. Going for Vegas, I'm going to take that. And Shake, I'm going to look at my top 4 plays over here, and I'm going to go over to DraftKings, and I'm going to plug those in for myself, and that's going to give me that plus money odds that I'm looking for. So now that I go over to DraftKings and I plug all that in, boom, I have a plus 115 play. Yes, you're going to look at the odds and be like, we did all that work just to get a plus 115. But when you are stacking this up pretty much throughout the week, say we make one of these for every single slate that you have NBA games, 7 days a week, and you hit 5 out of those 7 days, sticking with the same unit size bankroll, you're literally going to snowball your profit and you're going to go ahead and be able to build bank. Now you can do a ladder challenge, start with $10 one day, or $50, $100 one day, and roll over what you make each day. That's an easy way to do a ladder challenge right there. Just trying to get to that plus money range. That's all that you're trying to do. At least that's how I look at it. But that's going to be my process. That is how I go ahead and I look through and I make these bankroll building parlays. Now, again, long process and everything for myself, but I've got it pretty much just down packed. So I know exactly what I'm doing. Click, 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 boom, boom, boom. So go ahead and do everything. Now, if you guys don't want to do that, you literally could just, again, like I said, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I post the builders that I'm going to play for the day. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. If you just want to go ahead and just like, hey, what's Zoe on for today? What is he using to build his bank? Over here on FanDuel or over here on DraftKings, definitely just check it out. I don't think there's any harm to it. If you guys do like the process, definitely drop a like on the video. It means a lot to me. Hopefully you guys got something from this video. I will go ahead and go over some prize picks plays for another video, something like that for you guys later on today. Definitely let me know, give me some feedback down in the comment section in regards to what you guys think about this, because you can use this exact same process. Once you go through and you find your plays that look pretty good for the day, Simons, look at his original line for what is it over here on Prize Picks. So his line over on Prize Picks for Anthony Simons, let's see if we can't find that. So I'm gonna have to get rid of these odds right here real quick. Anthony Simons, I'm going a little bit deeper into this now. So Anthony Simons, that's a goblin over on Prize Picks. You can go ahead and play that goblin right there on Prize Picks for the day, or you can find his regular line over on Prize. Let's see. So it looks like he's sitting at 5.5. Is that going to be his regular line over on Prize? Let me get rid of DraftKings real quick. Hold on. So Anthony Simons, his regular line, yeah, it's 5.5 over there on Prize. Now, that's that thing that I was talking about. Looking at it, 60, 50, 40, 50. Kind of hit or miss odds, but that's where we're going to want to dig deeper. You see point guards going up against it head to head. He's hit this 1 out of 2, missed it in the first game that they played going up against him, but those potential assists, all those things, they're kind of there for him. And then go over to your projection site, like what I use, and we're going to type in Simons. Hopefully I spelled that right. I think I did, or am I not? Nope, I spelled Simmons. So we're going to look up Anthony Simons, look at what is his assist going to be over here. Vegas on the lines, they have him at 5.7. So it's 0.2 over what Vegas has him kind of projected at. If you look at LineStar's projection, LineStar has him for 6 and 6.3. So this is one where you can look to what this projection site has, and maybe you go ahead and you take the over on that. That's where sites like Prize Picks, Underdogs, you're taking more of the risk in regards to it. And I'll go over the whole process in regards to what I use for Prize Picks and Underdogs and stuff like that to try to make my prop plays and stuff like that. It's literally kind of using the exact same method and process that I just went through for this. But that's for another video. Hopefully you guys actually did enjoy this educational video for it. I know kind of lengthy, kind of long, but I had to go over quite a bit. Good luck to everybody. Peace.